Hello, YouTube. I thought I would do a video on. Um, I've been picking up quite a bit of, or I've acquired, um, I've acquired some new stuff over the past few days. My birthday is next Thursday, or this coming Thursday, I should say. I'm sorry, no, today's Thursday, next Thursday. Um, so um, so I just have some stuff, that I want to show off. My buddy sent me a couple of things, um, for my birthday. Um, I was able to spend some time with my dad yesterday, and he also got me a couple or a few things. Um, a couple or a few things. And then took a trip to the mall a few days ago, or actually, no, when I went to see Joker 2, I actually picked up a couple of things. So, yeah, so I just have some stuff, that I want to show off. So, yeah, so let me show you what I got. Yeah, so let me show you what I got. Um, I guess I'll start with the things that my buddy got me. I have two audiobooks here. Um, Really, really looking forward to these. I've been meaning to get back into my audiobooks for some time. X-Men: The Dark Phoenix Saga on MP3 CD. So here's the front, side, back, and inside we have the two CDs. Now this is the audiobook form of actually a while ago. Looks like this came out in 2020. Marvel does, for those of you who don't know, Marvel Comics does, um, um, well, I shouldn't, well, I mean, yeah, I guess you could say Marvel, but um, various, like authors and various authors um, have done like have done like regular novel forms of comic books, if that makes any sense. So they take the comic book, um, so they take the storyline from the comics and they make it into a novel. Um, and the novel forms, I've listened to a few of them. Some of them are based off of, regular stories in the comics. Some of them are just their own original, stories. But this one is, of course, based on, X-Men: The Dark Phoenix Saga by Chris Claremont and John Byrne. Um, I have not listened to this one. However, I have listened to, um, a few of the ones, that are based on comics, or, that are based on their original storyline, from the comics. The awesome thing about these is it takes the story, it takes the original storyline, from the comic book, and just really, like expands upon it. It expands upon, the source material, in the storyline. So that's the awesome thing about, about these. So yeah, so there's this one, and then I also have Fantastic Four: Warzone. Yeah, I guess we can open this. I don't Not sure why I didn't open this before. Um, and this one, as I was saying, this is actually an example of one that does not, that is not based on, um, this one is just its own original storyline. It's not based on any of the comics. So yeah. So here's the front, side, back, and then we of course have the discs. Yeah. So I guess I'll read the back of these. One of the most popular X-Men epics of all time. This is the origin story of Dark Phoenix. So, piloting a shuttle through a deadly solar flare, Jean Grey saves the X-Men, but is uh, but is but is possessed by one of the universe's most powerful forces, the Phoenix. As she adapts to her new powers, the mutant team launches an assault um, against the against the clandestine organization known as the Hellfire Club. Once inside, However, Jean is tricked by the villain mastermind in betraying her teammates. She becomes the first Hellfire Club's Black Queen, and then Dark Phoenix. Um, as the power to destroy worlds burst forth uncontrolled, shooting into deep space, Jean destroys an entire star system. Then encounters a cruiser piloted by the spacefaring race, the Shi'ar. When the cruiser is obliterated, the Shi'ar Queen decrees that the Phoenix must die. But only the X-Men can hope to stop Dark Phoenix and save Jean Grey. So yeah, so there's this, and then the Fantastic Four bravely protest. The Fantastic Four bravely protect the human race from a fierce interdimensional threat. They are the Earth's most referred protectors. Reed Richards, Susan Storm, Ben Grimm, and Johnny Storm. The Fantastic Four celebrities around the globe and defenders of mankind. These extraordinary individuals have sworn to confront the perils, challenges, facing the modern world and each other, always with unyielding courage, unerring wisdom, and an unspeakable familial bond. But their darkest hour may yet be at hand, as humanity's most frightening threat comes violently from beyond the stars, from the depths of the negative zone, a universe in a dimension parallel to our own. One first discovered years ago by Reed Richards himself. And it is this terrifying and deadly menace that will ultimately test the measure and metal In Medal of Four heroes sworn to protect the human race at any cost, even their own lives. So yeah, so I have these two audiobooks from from him, and then I have two movies. Um, I have two movies and a comic series as well from him. So here we have Bloodfather. I remember this movie being pretty good. I only saw it once. Um, I only saw it once, and that was a while ago, but I remember really, really enjoying it when I saw it. Maybe I will go back at some point and do a review on it. But yeah, if you haven't seen this, pretty good movie. Um, and then a movie that I have not seen. A movie that I have not seen. However, I am a huge fan of horror. Obviously, if you watch my stuff, you know that I'm a horror fan. Um, Wes Craven's The Serpent and the Rainbow. So front, side, back, and of course the you have the DVD inside. Yeah, like I said, I have not seen this, but it says Wes Craven, The People Under the Stairs, shocker, directs this terrifying story of one man's nightmarish journey into the eerie and deadly world of voodoo. They harvest anthropomorphic anthro anthrop sorry guys, I can't talk today. Um, is sent is sent to Haiti to retrieve a strange powder that is said to have the power to bring human beings back from the dead. In his quest to find the miracle drug, the cynical scientist enters the rarely seen netherworld of walking zombies. Of walking zombies, blood rites, and ancient curses. Based on the true life experiences of Wade Davis and filmed on location in Haiti, it's the frightening excursion into black magic and the supernatural. Um, yeah, like I said, I have not seen this. I've heard good things. Um, and I very much enjoy Wes Craven's work, so I am very much looking forward to seeing this. And then I did say I have a comic set from him. I have a comic set from him. It's a mini series. Knighted. Um, Knighted 1 through 5. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I have not read this. I hear it's supposed to be pretty good. It is drawn by Mark Texeira, who is a phenomenal artist. If you're not familiar with his stuff, you might know him from the 90s Ghost Rider run, the Dan Ketch Ghost Rider run from from the 90s with Howard Mackie. He did Sabretooth Death Hunt, and just a bunch of other and just a bunch of other great stories, and just a bunch of other great stories. But yeah, no, incredible artist. And then I will show off the stuff, and now I will show off the stuff that I picked up at my mall trip. um, at my mall trip. I have 2 comics and 2 movies. So we have DC Compact Comics Catwoman Trial of Catwoman. So front, side, back. And now what these are is these are already existing storylines from the comics. Um, compact into compact into I guess you could say like regular compact into smaller into smaller book form. um I guess you could call it. They did it with a ton of these, and they seem to be selling very, 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 very well. And they're only $10 a piece. um the place where I got them from had a sale on them. They had a 25% off sale on them, so I actually got 2 of these. I'll show the other one off in a minute, um yeah, no, they've been doing it with a they've been doing DC has been doing it with a lot of these. They did it with they did it, obviously they did it with this one. They did it with Batman: The Court of Owls. In fact, you know what? I can show you guys here the ones that they did it with. They did it with Batman: The Court of Owls, All-Star Superman, which you can't really see it, but I have it on the shelf over there. They did it with a Green Lantern story called Fair Sector. They did it with Batman Hush, Wonder Woman Earth One, Brian Azzarello's Joker, Harley Quinn, and the Gotham City Sirens, by Paul Dini. They did it with Watchmen. They did it with Scott Snyder's American Vampire. They did it with just a bunch of them, and they seem to be selling very, very well. And speaking of Azzarello's Joker, my next one is another DC Compact comic, Joker by by Brian Azzarello and Lee Bermejo. Yeah, so front, side, back, and then the art here is so friggin' incredible. I mean, Lee Bermejo. I mean, look at that. I mean, Lee Bermejo. I mean, just a friggin' incredible artist. And and Brian Azzarello usually does not disappoint. He is an incredible writer. So yeah, so there's that. And then the 2 movies that I picked up. Sleepaway Camp, the Blu-ray DVD combo pack collector's edition. So front, side, back, and then open it up, and we have the Blu-ray on this side and the DVD on this side. I know I meant to do a review on this. I will do a review on this at some point. I'm not sure when. Maybe I'll do it a little later. Who knows? Who knows? I'll probably do it at some point this week. But yeah, so there's this. And then one I have not seen, but I've been wanting to see it. I've been planning on seeing it for some time, and I picked it up because it was a good price. The Return of the Living Dead, the collector's edition. So front, back, side, and yeah, I guess we can open this. If I can get it open. In fact, let me get my knife. Hang on. Oh yeah, I picked it up because it was it was just it was a good price, and I figured, hey, why not? Oh. And yeah, obviously we have the DVD. So yeah, so there's so that is the end of my mall. Is the end of the stuff that I got at my mall trip, and then the stuff that I got from my dad. And then the stuff that I got from my dad. Oh, and then I have one. I have one thing I forgot to mention. I went to the comic store yesterday. And I had a 25% off. I had a 20% off. I had a coupon for the comic store where I got 20% off one item. So I will show off that item. However, I'm going to show off what my dad got me first. Silent Hill 2, the remake. I have not played the original. I was not. The original came out obviously during the days of the PlayStation 2. I was not into horror back then, and I was a little bit too young at the time to to be able to play the original. So I was not, so I did not play the original back then. However, when I heard that this was coming out, I was very, very excited. Obviously because, obviously because, I'm a horror fan. And, obviously not being able to, to get my hands on the, on the original, I was, so yeah, so let me I guess I'll read you guys the back. It says, in your restless dreams, do you see that town? Return to Silent Hill 2. Experience the psychological horror masterpiece remade using state-of-the-art technology, immersing the audience in modern visuals, sounds, gameplay, immersing visuals, sounds, and gameplay. Become James Sunderland, searching for clues in the unsettling fog shrouded town after receiving a mysterious letter from his wife Mary, who has long been dead. I actually have the game on right now. I'm currently playing it. I will most probably do a review on the game when I finish. So yeah, so there's this, and then he got me two he got me two comics. They are individual issues, but they are magazine size. And they are also from Brian Azzarello. The Blood Brothers Mother, book 1. So front, back, side. So book 1. and book 2. Front, back, side. And from what I understand, there is one more, there's one more book coming, um, that will wrap up this story. I have not read these yet. I definitely plan on reading them because, usually anything that Brian Azzarello and Eduardo Russo do together, usually ends up being exceptional. And Eduardo Russo's art is definitely top notch. It's a Western, which you guys can probably tell. And I am huge into Westerns as well. And then the one thing that I picked up from the comic store, I've heard so many good things about this book. I've heard so many good things about this book that I decided to pick it up. Beneath the Trees, Where Nobody Sees. Front, back, side, and from what I understand, this book is basically from what I understand, this book is basically I forget the other comparison, but I've heard a lot of comparisons to the series Dexter, which is one of my favorite shows. But yeah, no, I've heard this book is exceptional, and I am definitely looking forward to reading it. And I've heard so many incredible things about this book. One other thing that I did pick up, although it's not, it's not really anything special, I got another comic box at the con. So now I have more. I can store more books now. I was in desperate need of a comic, of another box. So those are all the things that I've, that's, everything that I, all the new stuff that I got. Let me know what you guys think of what I got. Have you watched any of the movies, read any of the comics? Have you listened to either of these, or have you read have you read them in did you read them in book form? And like, subscribe, and I will talk to you guys later. Peace.